Hello again, welcome back to Cloud Busting by Malorie Blackman. I don't know if you recall with the first section that I read last week, we were introduced to a character. He had a teacher called Mr. Mackey who wanted him and his classmates to write a poem. And the young man in question asked if he could write a poem about Davy. And his teacher said yes. Okay, so I'm going to read the next 3 chapters, and the chapter 2 is called What's in a Name? What's in a name? Not much. That's what the class idiot said after Davy's name was changed to Fizzy Feet. It happened in assembly, the 2nd or 3rd morning after the long summer break about 7 or 8 months ago. Maybe less, maybe more. It was a long time ago, but memories are longer. Davy sat in front of me. His light brown hair wasn't long enough to hide the frayed collar of his shirt. His navy blue school jumper had a small hole at the elbow. I shook my head and turned away. My mum would never let me leave home with holes at my elbows. No way! Davy was the new boy, full of uncertain smiles and anxious eyes, and not much else. My best friend Alex sat next to me, on my right, playing with his Game Boy. And on my left, Alicia, a name like April showers, dropping gently onto spring flowers. Not that I'll leave in the bit about Alicia when I hand this poem to Mr. Mackey. No way. Mrs. Spencer the head was droning on and on and on. I was sleeping with my eyes open when it happened, waking us all up. Davy jumped up, fell sideways, and started rubbing his legs, saying, "Fizzy feet! I've got fizzy feet!" We didn't have a clue what he was talking about. Mr. Mackey ran over to sort him out. "Davy, what's the matter? What's wrong? What's going on?" Mr. Mackey was all concerned. "Fizzy feet! I've got fizzy feet!" Davy pulled off his shoes and rubbed his toes. What a pong! "What are you talking about?" Mr. Mackey began to frown. "Do you mean you've got pins and needles?" "Oh, yes, that's what I said, sir. Fizzy feet." A moment's stunned silence. Then we all roared like we had toothache. Mr. Mackey ranted. Mr. Mackey raved. Mr. Mackey was not happy as he escorted Davy from the hall. "Fizzy feet, dizzy, fizzy feet, busy, dizzy, fizzy feet." What a dork. Davy never lived that down. The class bully wouldn't let him. What a dork. Davy hated the name Fizzy Feet, but what could he do about it? Not much, nothing. The class bully wouldn't let him. Okay, I'm going to move on to chapter 3. And this is titled Facing the Truth with Haikus. Now, a haiku is a poem that is only 5 lines. I'll say that again. It's a poem with only 3 lines long. The first line is 5 syllables. The next one is 7 syllables. And the last one is another 5 syllables. So if you see, Mr. Mackey said, "Today, you lucky people, we're doing haikus." 575. Okay, here we go. Mr. Mackey said, "Today, you lucky people, we're doing haikus." "What's one of them, sir?" "Poems to stir the senses. Plus, they're very short. A mere 3 lines long, just 17 syllables. Simple pimple, right? 3 lines made up of words which are 5 syllables, then 7, then 5. Haikus, Alex groaned. What a waste of time and space. I don't think so. Japanese poems, haikus, sighed Mr. Mackey. A pure paced rhythm. But sir, said Alex, haikus mean lots of counting. That's not fair. That's maths. Haikus are art, child, full of heart, soul and passion. So let your mind soar. To where and what for? To the stars and beyond, child. And when I land, sir? Mr. Mackey frowned, scratched his head and frowned some more. You'll have memories. Big deal, Alex scoffed. And that was the end of that. Haikus bit the dust. Haiku for Davy. We should have been friends, but the bad thing that happened to change. I'll do it again. We should have been friends, but the bad thing that happened to you changed my life. And then I'm going to move on to the final chapter in this particular session, and that's chapter 4. And this one's titled Descriptions. So another form of poetry is forming a description. The class bully was a mean, mad moron, an insane idiot, a prize poophead, a dopey dweeb, a narrow-minded no-hoper, a hurtful, horrible person, and everyone knew it. The class beauty was Alicia, gorgeous, a great singer, a great looker, funny, talented, keen on Fizzy Feet. Called him Dave. Fizzy Feet was good and tall, good and quiet, good and skinny, a good laugh, according to Alicia, good at maths, good at being friendly, not so good with the class bully though. Okay, so those were chapters 2, 3 and 4. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. Hopefully if you've got your own copy as well, you've been following the text. I made 1 or 2 mistakes there. I wonder if you could spot them. A couple of lines I read out in the wrong order. There's a challenge for you. So hope you're all well, and I will post another cloud busting entry really soon. Okay, take care of yourselves. Speak to you soon. Bye.